Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Okay, all of you give your attendance. On the last class, we are talking about the elevation of boiling point, and today our topic is the third Kaligeti property, that is depression in freezing point. So, do you know about what is Kaligeti property? Can you just recall the first class? Kaligeti property, what does it mean? Why they are called Kaligeti properties? Anyone? Any idea?
Ma'am, did you ask the connotation of Kaligeti?
The definition.
সৃষ্টির করেন অথবা
Can you?
It is the property which depends on the number of particles in a solution.
Ma'am, properties of solution which depend upon the number of solute particles like moles or ions, and it doesn't depend upon the nature of the solute particles.
It is the definition. It's okay, but it is not which I actually explained. Maybe you find it from another source. Okay, if you understand, it's okay, no problem. So I was just asking for because to recall something that I'm going to another new topic. So I just want to know, you forget or you have keep in mind. Okay, so depression in freezing point means depression in freezing point. Freezing point, what is the definition of freezing point? Depression means decreasing. Depression means decreasing. So what is the definition of freezing point? Here it seems that freezing point will be decreased by something or some under some condition. So what is the freezing point? You just try what is the freezing point and what is the perfect definition. You can just try. Okay, it's very normal. We know the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. So
ম্যাম যে তাপমাত্রায় বিশুদ্ধ বরফ হচ্ছে গলে পানিতে পরিণত হয় বা হচ্ছে যে তাপমাত্রা হচ্ছে বিশুদ্ধ পানি জমা হয়ে বরফ হয় আর কি।
পরেরটা একটু ঠিক আছে, বাট আগেরটা কি ছিল? ওটা তো গলনাঙ্ক হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
মানে যে তাপমাত্রায় পানি গলতে শুরু করে আর কি।
That is the melting point at which temperature a solid state converted to a liquid state. But freezing point means at which temperature the liquid state will be solid state, or okay, it will change to liquid to solid. So that's the general idea, but there are some definition like boiling point. That was for a boiling point is the point at which temperature the vapor pressure of the liquid will be equal to the 1 atmospheric pressure. So here it's about it is also about the vapor pressure or vapor pressure of the liquid and solid. So freezing point is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of liquid will be equal to the vapor pressure of solid. So you will think about that, how the liquid has the vapor pressure. Is there any pressure for liquid or solid?
No, ma'am.
Whenever we see some, I take some water from the filter or some water pot, then you can see some bubbling in the water.
Yes, ma'am.
Small. So that's the pressure, small amount of pressure, but there are some pressure. That means that's why it is bubbling. And if you see the ice in open air, or if you take some ice in or you if you open the deep portion of the freeze, then you can see some gaseous thing coming out.
Yes, ma'am. Foggy.
So that's the thing, that in the solid state you can see the vapor. Okay, so this is the thing. If you see ice, you will feel some gaseous thing is evolving or emerging, or in water you will see some bubbling. So that's the thing, that there are some vapor pressure. Okay, vapor is not always for the liquid, that it you will give heat and it will show some vapor. It doesn't always require. If you give temperature or heat, then it will increase the pressure. Okay, so just to recall that whenever we were talking about the elevation of boiling point, at that point it was that the boiling point was increased, because what was the reason? In a pure solvent, we have a vapor pressure P, and if we add some solid, then it will be decreased. The vapor pressure will be decreased. So if we want to make it boil equal to the 1 atmosphere, we have to give some more temperature, because when we add some solute, it will make interaction, or it will interrupt the solvent molecule to go out and to vaporize, right? They
Yes,
will
ma'am.
sit in between the water molecule or the solvent molecule, because they are non-volatile solute. They cannot vaporize. They will just make some hindrance, sterical hindrance, or some influence on the solvent molecule, which is volatile, which will vaporize. So that's why pure solvent have the vapor pressure higher than with respect to the solute and that solvent. So in that case, temperature was boiling point was increased, or we have to give more temperature to make it one atmospheric pressure. So in that case, the same thing, if we increase the temperature, the vapor pressure will be increased. But if we decrease the temperature, if the pressure is decreased, the freezing point will be decreased. That's the reverse thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So why? Now a question is that why it is decreased. You know that solvent and pure solvent have the vapor pressure higher, but if I add some non-volatile solute in that solvent, then the vapor pressure will be decreased. So the freezing point decreased. But freezing point, why it is decreased? What is happening? In the elevation of boiling point, I said that they will sit in between the molecule and they will not. They will make some interruption to vaporize the solvent. So in that case, solid to make it solid from liquid, what will be happen? We know in liquid particle, they have some, suppose this is the liquid solvent, they have some intermolecular distance, but that is minimum. But in gaseous, there are large distance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In gaseous state. So in solid state, what is the condition? Right? There is no distance between the molecule because they will be closely connected or close. They will solidify themselves, and will have no atomic distance. That's the property of solid, liquid, and gas. So if I say that here is some solid, so will they easily solidify impure solid here?
It will take time.
That with respect to the normal condition,
Normal
if
condition.
I add some solid, it will make some interference here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the reason how the depression occur in the freezing point, because it will take much more time to be freeze, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's why it is decreasing. Decreasing means what? Suppose for water, the the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. So if I add some impure means non-volatile solute, then will it be freezed at 0 degrees Celsius or less than 0?
Less than 0.
Less than 0. It can be anything, minus 0.1, minus 0.2. So it depends on the solute. It depends totally on the solute. Or suppose another solvent, which temperature, which have the freezing point 5 degrees Celsius. So that in that case, it will be decreased to 4, 3, 2, or 1, 0. So we'll just predict or create a general idea about the depression in freezing point, not for a specific solvent or solute. So in general, we will draw the relationship between freezing point and the vapor pressure and what is happening for solvent as well for solute plus solvent. That means for elevation of boiling point, we have seen that the same graphical representation, and also for that we'll see the same thing. So you have to just see or go through to your previous lecture, the elevation of boiling point. You have to keep in mind that topic, because that there are maximum is similar, but one thing is dissimilar, that is the depression is occurring here. And in that case it was increasing, here it is decreasing. That's the only point which is different, but other theoretical thing is exactly the same. So you have to open your lecture note khata so that you can compare and you can understand well. So now I'll draw the relationship curve.
আমি শুরু করিনি, মাত্র শুরু।
Vapor pressure. Mute your microphone. Vapor pressure. Along the y-axis is the vapor pressure, and along the x-axis it's the temperature in Kelvin. Temperature in Kelvin. So now, if I take solvent and solvent in the liquid condition, so suppose solvent has a curve. For a specific solvent, it has a curve like that. this is a solvent. So in solvent, if I add non-volatile solute, what happened? Freezing point decrease, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it becomes the solution. So in this case, if I add the non-volatile solute, can you predict on which part I will draw this curve? Below this or up above this? This is the same solvent, so it will be in this point at this temperature. This is the just for a certain solvent. So I'm not mentioning the temperature. If I write down water, then it will be in between 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. But for another solvent, it will be another temperature. So suppose this is the liquid state, this is the solid state, and this is the gaseous state. Because when temperature is lower, it is a solid state. When temperature is medium, that is the liquid state. When temperature is high, then it is the gaseous state. So I'm drawing in between this higher and lower and higher part. So this is the liquid condition solvent, that is liquid condition. So here, if I add the non-volatile solute, it will be in this point, but above or below? Above this pressure here. You can see here pressure. So I know solvent has the higher vapor pressure with respect to the solution, because this is the pure solvent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be below, right? Below means the vapor pressure is lower than the
Lower.
solvent, right? You
Yes.
have to see this portion. So now, suppose I have this one. After the solution, that means when it is solute plus solvent, right? So now, what is the definition of freezing point? That it is the point where the vapor pressure of this liquid is equal to the vapor pressure of the solid. Actually, it is means that when at which point both state is in equilibrium. Like for water, it is 0 degrees Celsius. If it is exactly 0, then it will be solid. But before up to 0 degree, it will be liquid. So that's for the water. But here, suppose this is the so if I want to draw the curve for this solvent, here the solid solvent, for this solid solvent, I want to draw a curve. So at which portion I will draw? Here or here? At this side?
Yes, ma'am.
Solid solvent. Solid solvent means suppose it's water. So it's water means H2O. Suppose, so it's in liquid state. But if I say solid, that means it's also water. The solvent is the same, but it's in the solid state, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why it is called the solid solvent. So suppose the solid solvent has a curve like that, because it's in the lower temperature with respect to this. Okay. Lower temperature means at this temperature. You can see this is in this temperature. So it is the lower, with respect to this, it is lower. So if I extrapolate this one, we'll get this. I'm extrapolating this. So this is the point where they are overlapping, right? Both of them. This is solid solvent. I don't draw this curve by my own idea. It's an example of a specific solvent, but I'm not mentioning this solvent because I am showing the general graphical representation. So I'm not mentioning any temperature, any pressure, specific pressure. If I draw for a specific solvent, suppose for water, for ethanol, or for any other solvent, then I will mention. So in the phase diagram, we'll see that part. Okay. So now we just a general idea about the graphical representation, how to represent. Just think about that. This is the lower portion, this is the higher temperature and the lower. So in this lower temperature, we'll get the solid state. This is the liquid state, and above this, it will be gaseous. So our point of view is on the solid and liquid. So our part. So that's why I'm showing this portion. So don't think about the how it is why this curve is like that, how it comes. Okay, it's experimental totally. So now if I see that point, what is the point here? You can see it's the solid, is the sorry, it is the pure solvent, for pure solvent, right? This point. So at this point, you can see the vapor pressure. Suppose it's P. So at this point, at this temperature, the vapor pressure of pure solvent, that means liquid state, is equal to the solid solvent, that means solid state, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it right? It is P for both solid solvent and pure solvent. That means this is the point where it will be converted. If I change this point, it will be liquid. If I go this point, it will be solid. That means here it is the point where they changes their state. They can change their state. So that's why it is called the freezing point of the solvent. So what is the freezing point here? Suppose it's TF. T means temperature, F means freezing point, and for pure solvent, I will denote it as T naught F. Okay. Can you see clearly? It's T naught F. And for this solution, this is the point. And here it is PS. The pressure is lower than the solvent. We know this earlier. We see this. We have seen this on the previous topic. But these things here happening, decreasing. How it is decreasing? You can see that the temperature is TF. So T naught F is the larger temperature or freezing point with respect to the TF, because here I have added the solute with the solvent. That's why it will take more time to go into the solid state. That's why this part is extra requirement to make this solution solidify. So what will be the delta T? What will be the delta T? T naught F minus TF. Is there any confusion? You can ask me. I don't know you are understanding or not.
ম্যাম গ্রাফটা পুরোটা আরেকবার একটু যদি বুঝাইতেন।
Okay. This is pure solvent curve. And whenever you add some solute to this solvent, the vapor pressure will be decreased. That's why it is below this curve. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we are talking about the freezing point. So freezing point, the definition of freezing point is that when the vapor pressure of the liquid state will be equal to the solid state, that temperature is called the freezing point temperature. So I have drawn drawn the solid state curve here. So why I have drawn this like that? Because it will be lower temperature with respect to this. So this, in this region, you can see this is increasing of temperature. So in this region, it is higher temperature. So I have to draw in this left left side because it is the solid state region.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the solid state region, I have drawn this graph and I am just extrapolating to overlap them. I just want to know where they overlap to each other. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So they overlap at this point. It's I at first I mentioned that it's the just general graph. General graph means suppose you memorize the definition, some laws of math, like a square equal a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So here a has a value, b has some significance, but that's the general equation. It can be x, y, it can be any other term, right?
Yes,
So here
ma'am.
it is also that I'm just predicting what types of graph can be created when we will go experimental in personal life practice, or if you do it in your lab. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
then this is the overlapping point with this is the solid state and this is the liquid state. So at this point, what is the temperature and pressure? It's the temperature at which the pressure is the same for both these curves, right? So our definition was at which temperature the pressure will be same, that is the freezing point. So for this part, the freezing point is T0 F. And for solution, since it's below this pure solvent, obviously it will have lower vapor pressure.
Vapor
So
pressure.
if the vapor pressure is decreased, the temperature is also decreased, because if I draw above this, that will be higher temperature. But I am drawing this below. That's why the temperature is, when I extrapolate this one, extrapolate মানে হচ্ছে আমি অতিরিক্ত যখন এটাকে পিছনের দিকে টানলাম তখন দেখলাম কি এটা যেহেতু নিচের দিকে আছে vapor pressure, that's why it will have the lower temperature. That means that indicates that whenever you add some impure solute in the solvent, it will not easily solidify. Okay, it will take time.
Time.
That means you have to give some the freezing point will be decreased. Freezing point decreased means it will take more time. Decrease means it will take more time. So we know that 0 degree between 0 degree and -1 degree, which one is small or large? In the sense of number, 0 is large, but in sense of freezing point, -1 is large.
Large.
So that's the confusing part here. But we will talk about temperature in the sense of number, the decreasing. Decreasing means actually a freezing point, it will take much time, right? So that's the thing here. The temperature is decreased and you have to consider the delta T, the TF not minus TF, since it is larger than this one. Okay. So if you do the mathematical problem, that is the experimental results in the form of math, you will find the idea about this experiment or this theory. Okay. Mathematical problem is very important for this chapter. You have to go through the experimental data. So in your reference book, you will find the solve problem, some solved problem in your book that is already solved, and in the exercise part you will find some unsolved problem that you have to solve. Okay, so is there any problem still? So now
No,
I
ma'am.
ask you to compare or to determine the molar mass of a solute like the elevation of boiling point from that equation. You try by yourself now. You have to try at first. You have to derive the equation like elevation of boiling point. In that case, we also derive that equation. So you have to try, and you have to tell me the final expression. Just wait. If you are done, you can tell me. Anyone? Lagi class na wala na. Okay. Now determination of molar mass of a solute from depression in freezing point. So delta T is T naught minus Ts. That means pure solvent has higher freezing point with respect to the impure solvent. So this change, this decreasing, which one is responsible for this decreasing? The solute, non-volatile solute,
Yes, ma'am.
and for the solute, what actually happened? Vapor pressure decreased.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I write the temperature change is the depression of boiling freezing point is proportional to the vapor pressure, lowering of vapor pressure. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So for pure solvent, for both case, what is the pressure? P. But if you consider the solute with the solvent, then it will be PS. So P is constant or not?
Constant.
Constant. Fixed. That means P is always same.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So if I write here P, is it valid or not?
Valid.
Valid, because I can if I write this 1 by P minus PS, P, if it is constant, that means K, we can write del T proportional P minus PS, right? So
Yes,
that's why I just write here P. It can be considered in this proportional constant or not. It's the same. But we are doing this one because we have to compare between the Raoult's law and the depreciation freezing point. That's why we are making this equation like that. So that's the thing. Now, from Raoult's law, we know P minus PS by P, this is the relative lowering of vapor pressure, is equal to the right?
yes, ma'am.
So in this reference book, I mentioned earlier that here it is the proportional, but that is the mistake. You have to consider equal, but after you consider M is constant because solvent weight is solvent molecular mass is the same. That means solvent is always same. That's why it is constant, and you can consider it as constant value, and then you can write it like that, proportional constant. Just M is converted to this constant term, and I have only this one. I think you know this equation. I have already explained this. So just go to this equation 1. This is equation 2. So from equation 1 and 2, we get this one by M into 1 by. So like elevation of boiling point, I will write down here Kf. That was Kb, but here it is Kf. That means here that was the molar elevation constant. It is the depression, molar depression constant. Here it is the molar depression constant. In case of elevation of boiling point, that was Kb was molar elevation constant, but now it is molar depression constant. So this is the mole number of the solute. This is the solute mole number, and this is the solvent weight. So what will be the definition of this Kf? Whenever N means W by M equal to 1 mole, and this will be 1 kg, then delta T equal to Kf, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what does it indicate? For 1 mole in 1 kg solvent, it means it's the molar, it's for a molar, 1 molar solution. So for 1 molar solution, the depression in freezing point is the molar depression constant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the definition of Kf. So now I will just convert this in kg into gram.
Ma'am, gram into kg na? Gram to kg na?
No, it's I will take, okay, here you have solute. Will you take 1 kg solute? It's very dilute solution. You have to take some small amount of solute. So you have to take only 1 unit. in SI unit or any other unit. So I am just taking the SI unit here, or sorry, not SI unit. What does it mean in gram?
MKS.
Okay, that I'm converting on 1 unit. But if you want to keep in kg or SI unit, it is okay. The same, the result is same, but the unit is just changed. Okay. So kf into, you have to just keep in mind that you are taking in gram. If you write down here, if you divide it by 1000, that means it is in gram, so that you have to take it also in gram. So now molar mass expression will be like the elevation of boiling point. It is okay. So this is the molar. Sorry, this is the equation for the determination of molar mass from depression in freezing point. Actually, both derivation is same, only the graph and the delta T expression is different. So during you do the mathematical problem, you have to keep in mind what is the data. Is it elevation of boiling point or is it depression in freezing point? If it is depression in freezing point, then you have to use this calculation. If it is elevation, then you have to use the reverse. That was T minus T naught. Actually, you can write it also like TB naught, TB. Okay, it doesn't matter. So only the difference for mathematical problem, this part. In both math is same and on the graph is different. So you have to keep in mind that one. So that's all for today. And this is the last class before Eid. Eid Mubarak to all of you.
ম্যাম আপনাকে অগ্রিম ঈদ মোবারক।